I would say the toughest thing about being a stepmom is that it's really hard to love another person's children. Well, the mothers here would probably admit that it's hard enough to love your own. Right? So can you just imagine my situation? Like, I didn't push him out. You gotta push him out to really feel the love. You know, we don't have a biological connection. We don't have the same DNA, right? You gotta push him out. I didn't push him out. See, when you push him out, you get a pair of maternal beer goggles. So when the children are being terrible, they just soften the edges. You can still see their beauty. You can see their innocence. They take you back to that first day that they arrived, and you can access that unconditional love. Yes, but I didn't push them out. I didn't get those maternal beer goggles. So when the children are being terrible, I go directly toward judgment. It's like, wow, what a couple of jerks. Like, who does that? Get your act together. Yeah, it's really been tough to find the love. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be honest with you. It's really been tough to find that love. You know, for years, my friends with kids have said to me time and time again, "Oh, Susan, you don't know love until you've experienced the love of a child." I'm like, I don't know. I love my cat, and he lets me go out on weekends. Right? Yeah, I don't know. God bless the mothers of the world. Raise your hand if you are a mother. God bless the mothers of the world. That is an amazing sacrifice that I could have never made. Like, while all my friends were having their babies, I was like, what country should I go to next? You know, totally different mindset. Yeah. So over the past 2 years, I have observed children in their natural habitat. And I've made a few key discoveries. I have discovered that what you say to kids and what they hear are two different things. Well, they must be given the action or lack of action taken after you've said something to them. Like, I'll say to them, "Okay, kids, hurry up, we gotta go, we're gonna be late." And what they must hear, "Hey, start looking for that toy you haven't played with in 3 years. No, don't give up. It's all about you. We've got all friggin' day." Or I'll say to them, "You two, stop the fighting immediately." And what they must hear, "You two, let's go another round so you can watch me lose my mind." Or I'll say to them, like I'll say to the 8-year-old boy at dinner, I'll say, "Please, close your mouth and chew your food properly." And what he must hear, "You know, your impersonation of an alien monster would be even better if you crossed your eyes and started grunting." Or I'll say to them in the morning, "Okay, kids, turn off the TV, it's time to go to school." And what they must hear, "Hey, get comfy on that couch. Pump up the volume. I'll take you to school tomorrow." Or I'll say to them at night, "Okay, it's bedtime. Go upstairs, brush your teeth, put on your pajamas." And what they must hear, "Don't move a muscle." And pretend you didn't hear one word I just said. Yeah. I've also discovered that kids ask a lot of questions, hey? They're always asking me questions. The other day, the 8-year-old boy asked me what normal is. I told him it was a setting on the dryer. Boom, done. Next question. Oh no, I'm getting good at this. I am catching on, ladies. I've also discovered that kids get very, very thirsty when you put them to bed. They haven't thought about or talked about water in hours. And now, as they're lying there in bed, it is the most intense level of dehydration I have ever witnessed. Oh, and they're not interested in drinking the crap out of the bathroom tap. Oh no, they gotta go downstairs to the kitchen and get the good filtered stuff. All of a sudden, they got standards. I've also discovered that kids love to tell you that they're bored. I'm like, "Oh, thanks for sharing your status update." I think the most shocking part of this discovery is the timing. The timing they choose to declare their boredom. Because most times the kids will tell me that they're bored when I'm involved in some kind of monotonous household task. Yeah, like the woman folding a mountain of laundry is the person who talked to about how to have a good time. How do I look like the source right now? Is it the sweatpants? Yeah, so there's been some key discoveries there. Well, like all things in life, I have learned from this. Any change or challenge that unfolds along in our journey, you learn, you grow from it. Like I've learned that the answers to my problems rarely lie at the bottom of a bottle of wine, but it's at least worth a check. Sometimes twice, sometimes in the morning. I think the biggest lesson that I have learned from all of this, though, is you really got to watch who you sleep with. Ladies and gentlemen, sexually transmitted diseases aside, what if you are sleeping with someone who has previously procreated? So I'm thinking about releasing a public service announcement, just to raise the awareness and educate people on this matter. And I'm thinking it'll go something like this. Sleeping with someone who has children, have you considered the risks? And then the hundreds would go up the screen, right? Including living with small human beings who can't for the life of them seem to go up and down stairs, slowly or quietly. Living with small human beings who can't for the life of them seem to remember to flush the friggin' toilet. Living with small human beings who half-ass every task that's asked of them. You ask a kid to do something around the house and the only thing that they focus on is speed. Not quality, not completion, just speed. Even if that means that they have to go back and do it 8 more times. I've stopped asking the kids to load the dishwasher. Right? It's just like chaos. Right? Like it's just like, there's no order. It's just a pure mess. I have come to the conclusion that if something around the house looks like it was done by someone who is completely intoxicated, a child was involved. Right? Like it's like I stumbled in at 2 a.m, all hammered, putting the dishes in the dishwasher, like. Honestly. Last week I performed a live demonstration of how to roll the bag inside the cereal box and close the lid. Now next week I am offering part 2 in the series. I actually have a few spots still available, if you'd like to register your child or husband. Yes, I will be demonstrating how not to put an empty container back in the cupboard and how to hang a towel. Guys, what has happened to me? I used to be cool, and now I spend a lot of time begging small human beings to turn off the light when they leave their bedroom. What's happened to me? But of course, like every change or every challenge, it has contributed to my evolution. Right? These kids, they have shifted my perspective of the world. They've changed the way that I view and respond to the things that happen. Like a couple weeks ago, I was downtown Toronto, and this guy was being really rude to me. Actually, at one point, he told me to F off. And I looked at him, and I said, "May you step on a piece of Lego." With bare feet. Right? Ow! Guys, I've started to vacuum up pieces on purpose. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know they're expensive, but screw it, they hurt.